Well, we're going to today obviously talk a little bit about Thom Yorke, and there was someone who was sticking up for brave Tommy, for the bad Tommy, his fucking concert, and he was like, it was something like spunk trumpet, so I'll have to look it up again. It was some kind of Australian compound swear word that was extremely... it wasn't douche nozzle.
Douche nozzle's American.
Douche nozzle, very American. Like crocodile fucker or something. Is what's the you fucking kangaroo lover? Because they all just shoot them down indiscriminately for the kangaroos.
Yeah.
Hang on, we've got to get these Australian slurs. Come, wait for it.
You wallaby wobbler.
Yeah, that's a good one. Bear with me. Although, these were not slurs directed at Australians, but rather directed by Australians at.
Same
well,
thing.
I guess.
Oh no! Like
Australian.
if you're gonna do like slurs, if you're gonna do slurs directed by Australians to other people, they're gonna be about the Aboriginal people, and we can't be those.
That's a very that's a strong simplification of multitudes and complexities of Australian racism. They have problems with many different races.
Yeah, mainly Aboriginals though.
Well, mainly, but I mean they've got all those fucked up refugee camps and shit, haven't they? In Australia.
Yeah,
Stop
like
the
they literally have a slur for Lebanese immigrants that I'm not gonna say, but.
Anyway, I found that fucking mad Australian gibbering. Here it is. So this is a guy called Carby Warby. he says, for a minute there, Thom Yorke lost his head. That's South African. After one douche canoe had a political rant, Thom Yorke had a I can't do an Australian accent, I guess.
What accent you can't do?
For a minute there, Thom Yorke lost his head after one douche canoe had a political rant. Thom Yorke walked off stage, but he eventually came back to perform his heavenly version of Karma Police, one of my all-time favourite radio songs at the Sydney Myer Music Bowl, Arts Centre, Melbourne. Hashtag Thom Yorke, hashtag Radiohead, hashtag Sydney Myer Music Bowl. How do you like it now?
Your Welsh accent is actually getting worse. I don't know how it's possible.
Yeah, man. Anyway, Yam Israel Lachaim or whatever.
She is a beautiful state.
Yeah, sexy woman.
Offensive to genuinely everybody there. Well done.
Go to Rule 34 and just typing in Israel.
That's what Starmer does when he's made all the late night booty calls and no one will come to Lord Ali's F shack. He's just like, fuck's sake. Get Israel up.
Oh, talking about music, should we talk about Thom Yorke?
Yeah, Thom.
I'm not gonna go by his fake name. I'm gonna kill him, Thom Yorke.
Yeah, that piece of
Thom Yorke.
Tom Hull. So but he's in this band. There's some young men from Hull or Leeds, as I understand. That's one for the real politic deep heads. Deep throats.
It's a group of young men, and I'm not sure where. I think we're somewhere.
I was reminded because
Hull or Leeds or somewhere, but they've got a podcast, and this podcast features me and a few other people, and they've got this obsession with a speech that I gave in Parliament where I was talking about the Irish border, and that there were farms with fields which cross the border. And so there were farmers who had cows, which were in the north, and cows that were in the south. And I made it, and then I said, and then they milk the cows in the north, and they milk the cows in the south, and they mix the milk together. They send it off to the factory, and it comes out as milk. And I made this little speech, and it went viral. And it was picked up by the Daily Mirror, and people liked it because it made a point about the integration of the Irish economy. But then these people started doing it as they called me Milk Gapes.
I think if you've got an hour-long podcast about yourself, then
well, there's more than one.
Thanks, Mike.
So there has been further controversy in Radiohead world, Smile world, or whatever you want to call it. Basically, Thom Yorke is currently doing a solo show, and he played... Thom Yorke is currently doing a solo show, and he played a concert in Sydney, Melbourne, some fucking godless shithole in Australia, and he was basically like heckled by a pro-Palestinian protester in the crowd who was like, Israel, stop killing children, or something. And
waited until quite late in the set to do it as well, so it's not, you're spoiling everyone's gig. It's just like a couple of songs from the end or something.
Yeah, I didn't know that, because I know that Thom Yorke stormed off stage after having a go at the guy, but then he came back and he only did one more song. So it seems like people did lose a bit of music as a result of Thom storming off stage.
Can't have that.
That one song being Karma Police. No, this is what you get when you mess with us. That's a trope.
If you really want to punish people, it's like, okay, I'm coming back, I'm going to play Karma Police.
You're not a fan?
I am not a fan, no. I think of like Radiohead as basically like Harry Potter. It's like, both of them are made from... Both of them, the main people are made from TERFs. And also, like, you shouldn't listen to that unless you're 15 years old.
They're made from TERFs. What the fuck
Raw
does that...
turf.
Yeah.
Are you suggesting that Radiohead's parents are TERFs? Like, I don't know how many of them are still alive.
I think he's referring to the views of Johnny Greenwood.
Yeah.
Is it Johnny Greenwood's wife, or is it Johnny Greenwood himself?
Well,
No, Johnny Greenwood
had some very dodgy follows and likes.
Johnny Greenwood and Thom Yorke are TERFs, at least as TERF adjacent.
Well, I mean, Thom Yorke does read The Observer.
Thom Yorke was actually a Change UK supporter. If you looked at his likes during the Change UK times, it was genuinely all like Mike Gapes and like, journalists saying that Change UK were great. Honestly, that probably more than his enthusiastic support of genocide killed my respect for him.
But no, I also like...
It killed more people. Change UK killed more people than the State of Israel.
But no, I also like Radiohead. Like, if you listen to it when you're older than 15, like, you have like emotional problems.
I mean, I do listen to Radiohead a bit, but I do also have emotional problems.
It's a Real Politik, and all our listeners are Real Politik listeners. Who are we to talk about people with emotional problems?
Well, I know, but I think there's something true to what he says. Like, I often listen to Radiohead, and I'm like, oh, I have emotional problems too, like this guy.
I found Radiohead a bit weird.
I will say, like, Radiohead listeners and RP listeners probably are like both like losers and virgins and pretentious dicks.
Fuck you. You're fucking with my bottom line now. No. Our listeners are good people. They're salt of the earth.
They're beautiful and amazing, and they touch lots of grass.
They're cool.
Yeah, Patreon in the bio, folks.
They're cool people, and they're good people.
No,
shut the fuck
I will
up.
say,
I would
like,
not go anywhere near as far as FFF. Like, I like Radiohead a lot as a teenager, but I found now that like every few years I'm like, oh, I've not listened to Radiohead in years, and I'll bring up their discography on whatever I've got to hand, and have a listen to the bits I liked before and be like, yeah, still good, and then not listen to them again for another few years. So they can't be that good if I'm not ever like...
No, I was like,
let's get
like,
some Radiohead
explain
on.
to me a scenario where you will listen to Radiohead and have a good time.
What about listening to them when you're going to sleep?
Well, yeah, if you want to have like sad, pathetic virgin dreams, yeah.
What's a virgin dream? Just a dream where you don't have sex, like a dream where you don't wake up with cum in your pants.
I mean, most of my dreams are like that. It's probably I thought it was a sign of being mentally healthy, not having weird, horny dreams.
Not just constantly waking up with cum in your pants and sheets. At the age of 30,
thank God I didn't listen
to
Radiohead before bed.
Yeah.
No, like, if you listen to Radiohead before bed, it's like, oh, I'm so sad, I'm so smart, and no one else understands how smart I am. And, like, if girls realised how smart I was, they'd give me a kiss.
So FFF is probably the least big Radiohead fan here, I'd say.
Yes. No. I was looking forward to this episode just so I could talk about how much I hate Radiohead. Like, they only one decent song, Creep, and it wasn't even their song. They stole it from Hollies.
What, it belongs to the State of Israel?
No, they stole it from Hollies. You can check it out.
The
Hollies.
What, Graham Nash and the lads?
I've heard that, yeah.
Can't believe it. I can't believe Graham Nash wrote a memorable melody.
They have to pay him a percentage of the royalties off it, don't they?
Yeah.
Or they settle the lump sum so they don't have to do
There's
that or
more
something.
dignity to Oasis having to pay Gary Glitter for that one song.
Citation.
No, like, I could
I was just
listen
trying to play
Gary
to
Glitter.
FFF.
No, like, you can imagine, like, a place where you'd listen to Oasis, I would listen to Oasis with Jack here on my sofa, and we'd have a fucking good time.
Yeah.
I won't put a fucking Radiohead on.
Yeah, no, you couldn't
Like,
have a good
just
time to
feeling
Radiohead.
sad.
That's true. Yeah, no, I agree with your point. It's not good time music. It can be soporific music, perhaps, but yeah, not tunes for the club, is it?
Well, yeah, it's like you can't dance to it, you can't sway to it, but like, even like with Jack here, like he can put on fucking Neil Young, he can put on Bob Dylan, I'll have a good time. He puts on Radiohead, it's like, fucking get out of my flat.
Yeah, Neil Young and Bob
Stop
Dylan
it,
are like
stop.
cool guys. Like they're fucking having it. You know what I mean?
Exactly. Yeah, because Neil Young and Bob Dylan are cool guys. Radiohead are not cool guys.
They're not cool. I think that's the issue. But they are, they're a band that has a kind of cool status, but they've never been cool as people.
Oh yeah, for fucking losers.
Hey, now they're popular with what was that tweet someone did? It was like, nice new fan base you got there, Thom Yorke, and it was just this tiny British fascist party formed by Oswald Mosley.
It was Mosley's own party.
Yeah.
Like.
It was just like, oh, the Smiles 2 albums this year are great.
Good for Thom Yorke, and you click through and the guy, he's just like, deport all non-whites.
But no, like you might like sitting here, my best mate Jack Fenreid.
Thanks, brother. Love you.
Like, already you're painting a bleak picture.
Fuck you.
Yeah, you're not our best mate. Fuck you.
That's why I'm laughing out.
yeah. Jealous.
Oh, jealousy. Things they say about me, I'm not too blind to see. It's just plain jealousy.
Yeah, it's like he puts on some Neil Young, Heart of Gold, or Bob Dylan, Lay Delay. It's like, yeah, we're having a good time. You're like, put him on fucking Radiohead. It's like, what drugs are you going to take to Radiohead?
Yeah, it's true. What about
Fucking none of them.
What if I put on Van Morrison?
Put on Van Morrison. Yeah, we can still smoke weed and, listen to Van Morrison.
Yeah, we'd be fucking
You can't
having it, I
listen
think.
Fentanyl overdose.
You cannot have a good night with anyone listening to Radiohead.
Yeah, I think Radiohead are taking pharmaceutical drugs to them. They are literally dying of a prescription drug overdose. that's like the
No, I was
Radiohead.
saying, I fucking love depressants. I love ketamine and shit like that. Even that, I fucking would listen to fucking Radiohead when I'm listening to it.
Well, anyway, yeah, I found that thing of the Oswald Mosley guy. So it starts off this little episode.
Yeah, we've moved on from Radiohead after FF, clearly got angry about it.
No, we're still on Radiohead. Graham Linehan starts off this little conversation. As always, a conversation's good when that's the patient zero. That's its origin.
It'll be totally sane and rational.
Yeah. Do you know why Thom Yorke supports Israel? He asks. Because he's read up on it. He's smarter than any of the NPCs coming at him bleating genocide with one letter lowercase, one letter uppercase. Although he fucks it up because he's got O and C both in uppercase, just referencing the TV show The OC possibly because he likes or something.
I'm not sure there's anything more tragic than this 55-year-old man going on and on and on and on about NPC.
Yeah, I don't even know what that means because I'm not the type of fucking loser who spends my life playing video games.
Right, fuck off. This episode, I'm catching too many strays this episode.
We were talking about before, Grant, when are you going to do the Baldur's Gate 2 stream?
soon, and it's going to be Baldur's Gate 1 first.
Yeah, come on. I did my acting for that. I got...
Jack's done his bit. He's done a tremendous voice acting job. For anyone listening, at some point in the indeterminate future...
I don't know things by halves. I had to embody the character of Gates.
You put your all into it. You did a
gallon of milk to Gates.
I went down to the golf course and shot 70 cows with a shotgun.
Yeah, there's going to be a mod getting released for Baldur's Gate 1 and 2, the extended editions, which is a Mike Gapes voice mod. So you can have your character be Mike Gapes and talk like Mike Gapes. And I will also be doing a Twitch stream playthrough of at least Baldur's Gate 1, and if that goes okay, the second one as well.
Nice.
As Mike Gapes the Jester, because you can play a jester in Baldur's Gate 1 and 2, and that's the most fitting class for him.
I'm thinking of doing a gritty, Scorsese-style movie called Jester, and it's set in a sort of like 70s Ilford South, and it's about this young guy, Mike Gapes. He's been sort of left behind by society, and then he's a struggle.
Hang on, it's King of Comedy.
No.
It was a sort of combination of that and Taxi Driver, but it references all this intellectual property that is already popular with people. So it's like it combines good movies with the kind of shit that gets the rubes queuing up.
Pay 300 million for CGI fight scenes.
By the way, I've heard Joker 2 is like one of the worst films of all time. In fact, I heard that from someone who's in the movie.
I really want to watch it now. Like, I heard so many bad things about it. I desperately want to watch it.
The vibe I'm getting is it seems to be like a deliberately not good movie to try and antagonise people who got too into Joker 1, which makes it sound quite entertaining.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, fucking like, didn't the director of that, Todd Howard, like one of his early films was a documentary about G.G. Allen?
Yeah, that's exactly right. What's it called? G.G. Allen and the Murder Junkies, hated in the nation. No, that's a Black Mirror. Hated in America or whatever. I don't know. So, anyway, back to Radiohead, the band Radiohead.
Yeah, back to Radiohead, the worst band who ever existed.
G.G. Allen and the Murder Junkies, the band that Radiohead could have been.
You're more likely to have a good time in the front row of a G.G. Allen gig than you are listening to Radiohead.
Well, yeah, because you
depending on what you're into.
Thom Yorke won't flick. Yeah, you won't get the finger flicked at you at a G.G. Allen gig. You might get something else flicked at you, but
I tried to do an impression of Thom Yorke for this episode. I'm Thom Yorke. I'm a creep. I'm a weirdo.
1984. George Orwell, it's double speak.
That's the Mannix now, depressingly.
I'm gonna make an album about a computer and make all the songs on it really shit.
This is the thing. I'm a Radiohead fan, but I just hate Israel so much that I'm just happily sitting here just chuckling away at all this shit.
Of course you're a Radiohead fan.
Yeah, alright, I heard the stuff you said about Radiohead fans. Watch it, mate.
You've seen the Liam Gallagher tweets about Radiohead, right?
Oh yeah, but can you get them up and read them? Because they're fucking good.
Yeah, let me try and find them.
And then I'll do this.
Yeah, there's one where like Jack literally just has me on this episode to read them because he doesn't want to read it himself.
So these are unthreaded tweets in the space of 5 minutes from Liam Gallagher. There's not a date on them, but they're from a while back. They're from about 6 years ago, actually. For fuck's sake, or FFS, the rapping in the middle of the bend taking the piss. How the fuck did these Teds get big? Karma Police, that's it. Karma Police, for fuck's sake.
This is Liam losing his tether. Like, it's the end of his tether with Radiohead. He just can't take it anymore. I think
as I said before, like, me and Jack could have a nice night smoking weed and watching Oasis.
Yeah.
Like, because Oasis, the band
it
you
wouldn't
can
necessarily be good, but it would be entertaining. Like,
it would be good. I think it would be good.
It would be good for me and Jack. Just me and Jack smoking a shitload of weed.
Anyway, let me get to this before I just start defending Oasis live performances. By the way, check out the 2-hour live Oasis mix I released on the Patreon, which someone commented positively on the other day. Finally. someone was like, this fucking rocks. Which it does.
Yeah, didn't you message me, someone got, really angry at you for defending Eric Clapton being better than Thom Yorke?
Yeah. We'll get to that in a bit.
That's an objective fact.
Yeah, we'll get to the Clapton thing in a bit. Let's again, that's something that will really derail me. But let's So this is this thing, Graham Linehan said that lame shit, about him being he's not, Thom Yorke is smarter than the NPCs bleating genocide in unison. He's a player character. A fucking player. You see, he's not a weak, suggestible, and then I think he means to put a comma, but he puts a full stop. Leftist useful idiot is the last sentence. And then Sky Richard Story comments, plus Radiohead are a great band. And an account called Pure Nomad, at Nomad2Pure. It's his boy band name. They really are. And we got 2 brilliant The Smile LPs this year. I'm cool with them having their own opinions. It's part of being a grown-up. And then someone looked up what the, lightning strike avatar that this guy has signifies. And it is... Well, it's gone off screen now. The Union Movement was a far-right political party founded in the United Kingdom by Oswald Mosley. We were talking about Creep a minute ago, and FFF sent me an article earlier from the Times of Israel called Before Radiohead Conquered the World, they were already Israel's darling.
I think this is Israel, falsely patting itself on the back, because their whole conception is, Creep was a hit in Israel, and that kept Radiohead going when they were struggling, and then it became a hit elsewhere. But it turned out it was a hit 1 week, 2 weeks before it was a hit in America. So they already would have been playing it on American college radio and that all the time.
Israel, one of the most important markets for music in the international music industry. They hadn't even
they hadn't invented EDM.
I was going to say that, for fuck's sake. Exactly the same joke, phrased in exactly the same way.
Yeah, you need to find yourself laughing at one of my other jokes and edit it in now at this point in the episode.
But no, let Jack talk about the article because it's really fucking funny.
They hadn't discovered music in Israel at this point because EDM was not yet a genre, so they heard this amazing song. So they quote the lyrics of the song in this article. They say, "I'm a creep. I'm a weirdo. What the hell am I doing here? I don't belong here." I can't think why that resonated with Israeli listeners. The album and song brought the band limited success in its native England until 2 weeks later, apparently, and initially little recognition in America. But in Israel, it went over like gangbusters. No idea what that was about, what lines in the song could have spoken to something, maybe a kind of vestigial guilt at the heart of many Israeli music listeners. And then they heard EDM, they were like, oh, fantastic, this doesn't have lyrics, they're not reminding me of all the bad stuff I'm doing.
I fucking love EDM, and Israel EDM is the worst fucking EDM.
Because they seem like about 15 years behind the rest of the world and their electronic dance music. Yeah. It's all basically whatever was happening in 2009, LMFAO or whatever. It's it's
EDM, but with the very few lyrics that they have are just burn the village down,
kill them all, kill baby, drink the blood. No, wait.
Fuck off. The only society in the world that could bomb a village and then be like, sorry for party rocking.
Yeah, exactly. They're just still party rocking on down in Israel. Hard. Anyway, Israel have fucked it up for everyone else because drinking the blood is just a standard thing that you say about America invading Iraq or whatever. Yeah. My boy Sacha Baron Cohen made that joke when he was like, George Bush will drink the blood of every Iraq. I almost said Israeli. Iraqi man, woman, and child. When he was singing the national anthem at that. Exactly. And then when I say it about Israel, apparently it's a trope.
We support your war of terror. May we show our support to our boys in Iraq. May USA kill every single terrorist. May George Bush drink the blood of every single man, woman, and child of Iraq. May you destroy their country so that for the next 1,000 years, not even a single lizard will survive in their desert.
These woke Jews can't even take a joke.
He's the wokest nation in the world, Israel.
The wokest army in the world.
Exactly.
Yeah. The world's most woke army. Yeah. Just a little interjection after the fact, but I can now officially confirm that it is not anti-Semitic to talk about Israelis drinking the blood of their opponents. My evidence for this is a song sung by Israeli football hooligan firm and perfect blameless victims Maccabi Tel Aviv. Now this harmless, inoffensive little Israeli football chant is known by the very benign, innocuous name, The Rape Song. And here are the lyrics too. I repeat, The Rape Song. Oh, by the way, they sing this against another Israeli team, Hapoel Tel Aviv, who are considered a leftist team, whatever that means in Israeli terms. You act like you're so radical, singing songs about the Holocaust, and think it's cool to renounce the state. You're the Arabs' whores. We are ashamed of you. At the end of the day, Gate 5, we will fuck you. We will fuck you. And then we will drink your blood. I can pretty much rest my case there, but I'll continue. In the town square, we will hang every communist who comes here. We will take your girls who love to party. When we'll rape them, we will shout, "Today is death, Hapoel. Today is death, Hapoel." So, yes, some of that is violent, exterminationist, anti-Palestinian rhetoric, but the majority of it is targeted at Israelis who this football team consider to be lib cucks, whose, I repeat, blood they will reportedly drink. Oh yeah, so the Thom Yorke stuff, I believe I sent FFF an article. I don't know if I actually did. Yeah, FFF, I forgot. I added your name to that pro-Israel petition.
Yes, you did. Like, not even like my name, FFF. You like put my actual name on it.
Well, they wouldn't have put Farage's fuck face on this like proper petition, would they? They wouldn't.
I mean, they might have. Like,
yeah, they're pretty desperate.
Concerned with decency.
Because the thing is, that was one of my ideas. What we do today is just go through that list of people opposing a cultural boycott. But there's no fucking point because it is exactly the same bunch of cunts as on the October Declaration a year ago.
Basically, they peeled off a lot of like the sort of actors and comedians and stuff. There's significantly fewer of them, so it's just all your hardline pro-Israeli comment writers and stuff.
Well, they really shot themselves in the foot in that regard because I put both actor and comedian among FFF's professions on there, and then they just put author.
It is the opinion of the supporters of State of Israel that FFF is not funny.
Yeah, they were like, well, I agree with his extreme right-wing views, but...
They investigated his work and he's like, yeah, this guy's pretty right-wing. He's on something most of the time he appears in public, but he's not funny. He's no Lee Kern.
No, definitely not. That guy that's real comedy. Pure comedy.
Like, Jack is like sending it to me because he knows I will say those words.
I mean, he is quite funny, but in the way that, like, it's now funny years after the fact to make jokes about the guy who was stalking Björk and stuff like that.
Oh my god, yeah, you might see the tweet I put about it. Of course you did.
Of course I did. I'm the fucking target audience for all your tweets, and that reflects so badly on me.
I don't know if you'll necessarily want to read the full thing because it seems pretty...
Oh, I would...
No, but there's a specific bit.
I'll just read the slurs.
Oh, actually, no, this is even better than I thought, this fucking thing. The people he cites as people who are standing with Radiohead and opposing boycotts. And yeah, I have just got this shit fucking...
Okay, yeah. Give me 1 minute, I'm just like going to go to the bathroom and also light up another cigar. I'll come back and I'll say any of the slurs you want me to, babe.
Okay,
That's
babe.
why we need you.
Yeah, thanks, babe. Yeah, he is less drunk than usual this time, isn't he?
Yeah. Only moderately.
Yeah,
I think it might just be his microphone's working better.
I think that might be it. Actually, yeah, you're right. I take that back.
that like adds about 5 pints to however drunk he actually is normally.
Yeah, I'll see if I can get this Rolling Stone thing up in an incognito tab. Because, yeah, I thought there was just one funny bit in it, but there's another really stupid fucking bit that made me laugh instantly as well. I think it is interesting that Radiohead have not toured since this tour they did where they got into trouble with the Israel shit. God, they performed in Israel 8 times. Oh no, actually,
They're honorary Israelis at this point.
So what the deal is? Let me tell you the deal. It seems like they played in Israel in 2000. They presumably played there a bunch of times while they were coming up, where it was like this one country appreciated their genius, the genius of creep. And then it seems like they didn't perform there between 2005, when the BDS movement officially started, and 2017. So they basically, for a few years, they were like, yeah, let's go along with this BDS thing. We might as well. It's more trouble than it's worth. Then, after 12 years, they were like, you know what? Fuck these cunts. We like Israel. So they made a conscious choice to start playing in Israel again in 2017. Everything about this is very intentional.
Oh, yeah. They clearly thought about it and decided they could make more money by playing there than by doing the boycott.
Yeah, but I mean,
people.
I don't even know if it's financially motivated. I think this comes from a deep-seated ideological sympathy that they've developed with the state of Israel. Of how now FFF's gone, I'm just expressing my sincere opinions. Like, basically...
Quickly, while it's safe.
Yeah, and have you noticed they're saying this thing? I got this when I criticised Thom Yorke the other day, so it does tie into all this. I had these people talking about how I hold high-status opinions.
What the fuck's a high status opinion?
It's this thing they say on the right about opinions that nobody with any actual power holds.
It's kind of evolved out of luxury opinions, which was the big thing like a year ago.
Well, because the right, one of their main motivating sentiments is, why don't people think I'm cool? Why are these people not let me be part of cool society? So they look at people who are quote unquote cool, so like people in the entertainment industry who are generally kind of broadly liberal, and they think, oh, these are the people with power who are keeping me down because they remind me of the people in my own life who don't think I'm cool and make me continue to be a fucking loser. So instead of looking at actual power, they obsess about entertainment and aesthetics. Yeah, exactly. And so, you know, if you're like running for political office, supporting Palestine is about the least high status opinion that you can have. It instantly puts you, especially in America in terms of funding, it puts you on the bottom of the fucking barrel to support Palestine, because AIPAC are gonna mobilize millions of dollars against you. But also just in terms of like polite, respectable society, let's go back to Britain on this. The leader of the Labour Party supports Israel. The leader of the Conservative Party supports Israel. The leader of the Liberal Democrat Party supports Israel. Yeah. It's like, you know, if it's such a fucking high status opinion, then how does nobody with a genuinely high status in society hold it and then gain power and wealth? You know? Yeah. No, and it goes back. Like, I guess they assume that only people who are like in ivory towers can care about genocide, which is, or any kind of material concern. Yeah, because like Kamala says, we're just like worried about how much milk costs or whatever. They said they were sending Brits over to advise her, so presumably Mike Gapes was one of them. And I don't think it was milk. I think she said eggs or something. But did you hear that when she costs are important? What specifically? She was just like, people are worried about Gaza, but they're more worried about, you know, the bread and butter issues.
I mean, she's not exactly wrong. Most people in most countries are more concerned about domestic issues like the economy, than they are about any kind of foreign policy stuff. You can say that's bad or whatever, but yeah, I don't think that's wrong. What sucks is that Kamala's not really doing shit on either front. Her idea of fixing the economy is we're going to give $50,000 to tech startups and we're going to protect black men's crypto assets.
Well, yeah, I think yeah, exactly. That was mental, but the statement was not wrong in itself, but when Kamala says it, it's basically an instruction to prioritize one of those issues over the other.
Sure, yeah, that's fair.
So, FFF.
Yeah, okay, I'm back now, whenever you want. I've got a cigar in my hand. I tried the Rolling Stone link you sent to me, but it's after a paywall, but...
open it in a private browser. I've managed to get it open in incognito.
Guys, okay, baby.
This is a historic moment. This is Jack giving someone tech support.
Yeah. Try fucking 12-foot ladder if that doesn't work. Yeah. I'm the fucking daddy! So imagine I've got a big pool cue in my hand. No way, that's just... Yeah, never mind. My dick. Yeah, have you got this?
So I'm trying to find the quote that makes you happy, daddy.
Start with what Thom Yorke says. I'll be totally honest with you.
Maybe you just tell me where to start and I'll give you a happy ending.
Okay, I did just tell you though. It's I'll be totally honest with you.
Completely no-sold that.
Let's go, baby. I'll be totally honest with you, this has been extremely upsetting. There's an awful lot of people who don't agree with BDS movement, including us. No, I don't agree with the cultural ban at all, along with J.K. Rowling, Noam Chomsky, long list of others.
Well, if J.K. Rowling doesn't agree with BDS, then clearly it must be the wrong position.
I gotta rethink everything.
Yeah.
There are people I admire. Ken Loach, who I would never dream of telling where to work or what to do or what to think.
I can't believe he would endorse that anti-Semite. I bet he wouldn't say anything nice about Ken Loach now, at this point in history.
The kind of dialogue they want to engage in that's black and white. I have a problem with that. It's deeply distressing that we choose rather to engage with us personally. Though shit at us in public. It's deeply disrespecting to assume that we're either misinformed or that we're so retarded we can't make these decisions ourselves. I thought it was
cancelled. You can't say that. It's disgraceful.
Yeah, that's why I got FFF on this episode, so I didn't have to read that quote.
I thought it was patronising in the extreme. It's offensive. I just can't understand why we go to a rock show or go to a lecture at a university.
Is a problem to them.
University.
Yeah, you're so fucking pissed, man. You are. I was like, FFF's less drunk than usual. Yeah, I don't think so.
Yeah,
I was wrong.
I mean, the thing about getting drunk is you get more drunk as the night goes on. So, this is it here.
It's like you when you tried to do a really kind of halting delivery of your Epstein impression. It's like that.
No, don't stop me. I've got more shit to say from Yorke.
Yeah, okay, all right, Thom. Come, carry on.
The university thing is more of a headfuck for me. It's like, really? You can't go talk to people who want to learn in another country? Really? One place where you need to be free to express your... Sorry. Right. The one place where you need to be free to express everything you possibly can. You tell people you can't do that. You think that's going to help? The person who knows most about these things is Johnny Greenwood. He has both Palestinian and Israeli friends.
Oh, loads of my friends are Palestinian, by the
way. This is very Marsan coded, all of it.
And a wife who's an Arab Jew. All those people stand at a distance throwing stuff at us, waving flags saying, don't know anything about it. Imagine how offensive that is for Johnny.
Oh, sorry, I defer to his lived experience as someone married to an Israeli.
Yeah, someone who is enthusiastically pro-genocide.
Yeah. It's like...
On the record.
Okay, well, he clearly knows more than me, so you can apply that presumably to every actual Israeli person, like 87% of whom support their current military action.
But also, get this, every single Palestinian person. Didn't think of that, did you, Thom?
Straight facts, boxed in by your own logic, bitch.
Yeah.
And imagine how upsetting it is to have been out there, just to assume we know nothing about that. Just throw the word out, apartheid, and think that's enough.
It's that like FFF keeps fucking this up. It's just to throw the word apartheid around and think that's enough. Thom Yorke saying people are throwing the word apartheid around, and he puts it in quotation marks as if this is not something that numerous global human rights organisations have been saying for years. So not only has Thom Yorke deliberately been silent on the current genocide, but he was disputing way before this even happened that Israel is an apartheid state.
It's fucking weird. It's such an extraordinary waste of energy that could be used in a more positive manner. This is the first time I've said anything about it. Part of me wants to say nothing because anything I say cooks up a fire from the embers.
This guy's supposed to be a lyricist. Cooks up a fire from embers. Fuck off.
But at the same time, if you want me to be honest, then yeah, it's really upsetting that Osses, I respect. Sorry, that's such a fucking stupid line.
I love this. He literally cried because Brian Eno was mean about him.
But at the same time, if you want me to be honest, yeah, it's really upsetting that artists I respect think we are not capable of making a moral decision for ourselves after all these years.
Well, clearly not, because we can see.
I don't think anyone's claiming that. I think they're claiming that the moral decisions he's made are repugnant.
It's morally wrong.
Yeah, you can make bad moral decisions or have bad morals.
They talk down to us.
They talk down to us, and I find it mind-boggling that they think they have the right to do this. It's extraordinary. It's such an extraordinary waste of energy that could be used in a more positive way. Imagine how that has affected me and Nigel's relationship.
That's what we should be worrying about. Thom Yorke's interpersonal relations with Nigel Godrich, the producer. By the way, they made an album.
I can't think of anything more important.
They made an album. They did one in like 2021. Although Godrich mysteriously absent from the two albums that the Smile have made since Israel started the genocide. yeah, but basically.
No, wait, I want to do the last slide.
Wait, hang on, no, before let me just give context for the last one before you do that. Nigel Godrich had in 2017 just produced Roger Waters' first solo album in a number of years, so Thom had been really put in the middle. They've got a big quote from Nigel Godrich where he's like, I don't believe
in... Do you want me to do that too? Because, I'm fucking struggling here.
I'll do that one, then you do the next... I'll do the Godrich, then you finish the Yorke stuff.
It's the same sort of thing as Gatecast where Jack just keeps saying, oh, you're too fucking drunk.
I have to take the reins and start walking him through everything like a child. Godrich responds, I don't believe in cultural boycotts.
No, fuck up. I've got to do my last line.
No, wait.
Thanks, before that there's... Thanks, Roger. I mean, we're best like...
No, start that paragraph again.
From the top.
Start the fucking whole paragraph again. Okay, yeah. Imagine how this has affected me and Nigel's relationship. Thanks, Roger. I mean, we're best mates for life. And I'm like, fuck me, really?
Just to translate briefly, that's thanks, Roger. I mean, we're best mates for life, but it's like, fuck me, really? Godrich responds, I don't believe in cultural boycotts. I don't think they're positive ever. And actually, I think that's true to say the people you'd be denying the music are the people who would agree with you and don't necessarily agree with their government. So it's not a good idea. Thom and Roger are two peas in a pod, really, in certain respects. They just have a disagreement about this, that they've never even met. I think Thom feels very protective of Johnny, which I completely get, but I'm not in the middle of Thom and Roger. fucking hell, I wouldn't like to be in the middle of those two. No. So he's just like, Thom, you're just tripping. I don't care. He's just like, why are you bringing me into this? It's like, we're fine. Come on, FFF. One paragraph.
All this, creates diverse.
Fuck's sake.
All this, creates divisive energy.
Divisive.
Not bringing people together. You're not encouraging dialogue or a sense of understanding. Now you're trying to talk about trying to make things progress in society. If you... Oh, fucking hell. I fucked that up as well. Sorry. Now, if you're talking about trying to make things progress in any society, if you create division, what do you get? You get fucking Theresa May. You get fucking Israel Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu. You get fucking Trump. That's fucking diversive.
You get fucking it's divisive. Fucking cool. I can't make my jokes because I've got to fucking translate everything you say. Is
that a bad thing?
Yeah, I knew you'd say that. Yeah. But anyway, I just think there's so much funny stuff in there. It's like, what? You're saying J.K. Rowling is wrong about this, or fucking... What? You think that we're just beep? It's like, you think that we don't understand this issue because Radiohead are just a bunch of beeps and beep, beep. He just goes off on it.
He went full beep.
Yeah. He says he's a Ken Loach fan, which I doubt would stand up today. He can't understand why people are boycotting universities. He says we basically need to defer to Johnny Greenwood's lived experiences, and he gets pissed off at people throwing stuff at us, waving flags, which there is the famous picture of him giving the finger to the people waving a Palestinian flag, isn't there? He says it's offensive that people say that. And then for me, like, the cherry on the cake is that he says, just to throw the word apartheid in quotes around and think that's enough. It's fucking weird. It's such an extraordinary waste of energy.
Oh yeah, like all the fucking Radiohead albums were like a massive waste of energy.
Getting the party pumping,
but fucking so much fucking energy into a bunch of albums that are fucking suck.
That are fucking suck. I love this broken English we're getting. It's like our Russian mate at uni talking about Georgian Bush and him fake certificate.
I will grow gerbils.
When I have my tree.
Unlike fans of Radiohead, at least he got some Bush.
David Stubbs is saying, like, in a crowded and competitive field, I would ultimately say that Bono is the worst wanker in rock music, assuming an insufferably didactic mantle of global righteousness, but avoiding taxes and utterly silent on genocide. Fuck you, Bono. You're waiting for me to get mad, aren't you?
True facts.
But I hate Israel so much. I can't...
You can't dispute, like, regardless of our differences of opinion about the quality of U2's music, you can't deny that Bono's a sanctimonious, hypocritical arsehole with his political stuff.
Yeah, like, look, I way prefer you. I like Radiohead, but I way prefer U2 to Radiohead, and, like, I just can't get... I can't get inspired to defend Bono as a person. Especially after, like, October the 7th was Israel's Bloody Sunday.
Fucking hell.
Oh, yeah. Wanker. There's no excuse for it, really. But he's another one, like Thom Yorke. Like, they had the fucking Tibetan freedom colours on their amps for decades, and then they're like... No, it's a complicated situation. But it's complicated, but ultimately Israel are in the right.
About Tibet?
Yeah, about everything. Let's wrap it up now properly with that final line. Is ultimately Israel are in the right. I think that's what we want everyone to go home.
That's what we're building up to this last
that
year.
Message, yeah. Once again, Yam Israel Lachaim. Okay, it appears that Israel Katz did come on the episode after all, and we would like to distance ourselves from his comments.
Next week we've got Eve Barlow coming on, so that should
and
good.
Mike Katz, in fact. Both.
We're not being able to get Eddie Marsan, but we're filming live from his tree.
I'll do an impression, don't worry.